If I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Let's go. Thank you very much. What's up, everyone? Take your seats, ladies and gents, because we're getting ready for the Peti Kish Hunt Live. Happy Friday, everyone. As we do every Friday, we look at the topics of the week. We have so much to go through, guys. It's been a crazy week. Crazy indeed. It's just a lot. No updates on videos this week, guys. I was busy myself doing IRL stuff in the background, obviously. Real life stuff. Got to do the things I got to do. And yeah, a lot of things, family stuff I had to go through, a lot of interesting things in the background. But we have a lot of things to go through because I searched through the net, through the social medias and everything, and to see what we got here to talk about today, because there is a lot. There's a lot that happened this week. Even it feels like if it didn't, it did. The things I even gonna talk about today, the main topics, as well as some fast topics, but I feel like they're not gonna be as fast as you guys think because there's just so much I want to compact in one, stream. So we go through all these interesting topics, conversations with you all, guys, and it is gonna be a lot to absorb, and it's gonna be informative, interesting as well. Give you my own opinion about this whole thing, the situation, as well as the good, the bad, the ugly. We're gonna go through all of it to see what's up all together. With gaming, entertainment, movies, TV shows, pulp culture, all sorts of things in between. We're going to go through there. Yeah, so there is a lot. So if you are interested in any of the things I just said and you are liking the things I am doing on this channel, guys, I appreciate it if you can like and sub if you're new here. I'd appreciate that very much. Like the stream, guys. Whatever you do, please do so, because YouTube likes it if there's more interaction, more comments, more emojis, more likes. Anything that is interactive on the channel is a very net positive in general on here. So if you could, please do something on the channel. It really does help, and it helps also the algorithm itself. More comments, more likes, more emojis, make the chat go, flow, all sorts of things on here would be appreciated, and it really would help very much. Okay, so let's see. There is a lot to go through here, guys. A lot here. Yeah, so no videos this week. A lot of videos last week. If you haven't watched them, you can still watch it. You can even watch the Halloween special last week that I did the stream. You could check that out as well. There is a lot here, guys, to go through. But yeah, it's just ton. It's just, I don't even know if I could squeeze all of it in here, to be honest. But I'll try. If not, I'll move it on a... Ooh, I don't know. I might be able to do maybe a Monday stream. We'll see. But if you guys are going to be looking back at it in the live broadcast of the stream, look back at the video, you will have timestamps if you want to check them out, what part you are more interested in looking at, because there is a lot here to go through. So I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for coming by and watching. You guys are awesome. Thank you. All right. Let's go through this because there's a lot here. I think we should just start with today's date. Today is November 7th. What does that mean, guys? Well, today is a special day. If you're a gaming fan of this franchise, you're going to be very surprised, because I literally forgot. I just saw it recently on social media, and I was like, oh, yeah, I got to talk about this. So we got some new details we got from Bioware, because today is N7 Day 2025. Yes, happy N7 Day, guys. It's the Mass Effect franchise N7 Day. It's a day we remember with Mass Effect, a huge franchise that made, I would say, I feel like it's one of those fan bases that is still strong even today, even though there was some missteps with Andromeda, and we still have Mass Effect 5 or 4 coming out, which I'm putting my expectations pretty low. But in general, the trilogy of Mass Effect, the original trilogy, is where it's at. So let's see what Bioware has to say on N7 Day. My expectations are really low, even what they're going to show. But we'll see what they have to say. So happy N7 Day, everyone. You guessed it. I come to you with another blog, but each year that I write these, they are important moments of reflection for me. I get to pause and think about how truly lucky we are to have Mass Effect, and how thankful we are for the community and support we get. We've been through it a lot together, and we appreciate you. Like you, we've heard the rumors lately. You've made it clear you care deeply about what's next. So let's start by setting the record straight. The next Mass Effect game is in development, and EA and Bioware remain committed to telling more stories in this universe. Okay? So far, nothing really that big told here, so let's continue. The truth is, the last few years have been an incredibly busy time at BioWare. I feel like they always say this every year. Like, what? You've been working on this game for how many years now? At least show us some more screenshots, some sort of video evidence, something, but no. But currently, the team is heads down and focused exclusively on Mass Effect. We have a lot of universe to cover, lots of features to build, and lots of romances to figure out. Why? Yes, we understand Mass Effect has the ability to romance characters. Yes, we know that. But that's not what the core of the game is. Yes, the media spinned it when it first came out that Mass Effect had, sex scenes in it, and it was like a big deal back in the day. Now you look at it, you just laugh at it, how, outrageous it was, But yeah, the romances are there. I don't think they're the most, that's not the focal point of the story. I feel like the lore, the character, development of characters, that's where it's at. The story, the arc, the lore of it. We need that. Romance is like a secondary or third thing. It's like the least thing on my mind. Like, obviously, the first thing everyone thinks is, oh, you're the captain of the ship. Who are you going to bang? Like, kind of deal. I know a lot of people started with that because everyone does that at first. Like, who you going to eye first? Kind of deal. But I think it's also important in gameplay as the story, as these characters that you go through, how it's told. That is more important, I think, first. But yeah, we're excited by what we've built. We've building, and we promise you when we're ready, I'll be a lot of fun to show. Wait, it will be. Oh my bad. It will be a lot of fun to show. Until then, thank you for your patience because you are thirsty for news. Whoa, hey yo, thirsty for news? Hey yo. What the hell?
No!
Thirsty for news? Okay. I wouldn't say that. And I'll see you looking for secret meaning. I see you looking for secret meaning in my tweets. Okay, sometimes they have secret meaning. Okay. Beyond the next game, there's more to get excited about. Is there? I haven't talked about it much, but you might have heard a little something about a TV series. We've been partnering closely with Amazon on it, and we're really excited with what the talented team over there are coming up with. Oh no! Amazon's I totally forgot about this show, this series. Oh no! Is it going to be live action? Probably. It'd probably be live action, guys. Oh no. Ooh, I don't know. I don't trust Amazon with Mass Effect at all, guys. I really don't. No. Hell no. We'll see about that one. The writers' room is going strong, and we've got a lot figured out about how it fits within the Mass Effect canon. Oh no.
Huh?
And where it sits in respect to the new game. The show will explore a brand new story within the universe timeline. Okay. Okay, that's good. So it's not going to be Shepard and his gang kind of story. Okay, so it's a different story in that universe. Okay, I'm fine with that. That's good. Okay. It's not part of the thing. And will be set after the original trilogy. It won't be a referred of Commander Shepard's story because after all, that's your story, isn't it? True. Keep an eye on our social channels for more celebration today, including some awesome new Mass Effect gear, free crossover items appearing in Skate and Apex Legends, and more. Happy N7 Day. Goebbels, exclusive producer, Mass Effect. P.S. Disclaimer, there is no secret game information to be gathered by anything I'm saying today. I promise. Wink, wink, probably. But yeah. What a letdown, right? What a letdown, guys. No one cares about this show. We care about what are you gonna show us, or what are you working on with the next Mass Effect? That's what we care about, kind of deal. That's what people are hungry for. But show is like a side thing, but really don't care about it. Barely any information about it. At least we got that it's going to be part of the universe, but not Commander Shepard's story, which is fine. If it was Commander Shepard, they would probably butcher it. Not gonna lie. But yeah, that is N7 Day. Happy N7 Day, guys. If you are a fan of Mass Effect, definitely check Mass Effect out. I think a lot of people would like it if you haven't tried it yet. But if you are a fan, you know that it's if not one of my favorite franchises of all time. It has to be. I played it so many times, Mass Effect, especially 1 and 2. 3, not as much. But it is so good. I love Mass Effect. Hands down, one of my favorites. No news, guys. So here we go. Genki on X just posted this, and there's more about Nintendo. So it says Nintendo President Shotaro Fukuiwawa says Switch 2 development will take longer, making harder to release new games at a good pace. So he recommends new players play Switch 1 games as well. So that was what I was going to say in the future with Nintendo Switch 2. Like, we're going to look at the numbers. Obviously, it's doing really well console-wise. Now, game-wise, that's when it's going to be a problem, where games are going to be coming out less frequently because it's harder to make them and it's more expensive. You have the $70, $80 price tag now. So the games will be harder to come out now. The console will be probably the console might be the best thing because of the compatibility of Switch 1 games. That is obvious. That is probably what most people are using Switch 2, to be honest, for. Now, it says software development costs are higher and development periods are longer, making it more challenging to continue introducing new titles at a good pace. That's what I'm saying. Lower the budgets. Lower these games' performance. Or you can have, I'm saying, not performance, quality, meaning it has to have that quality, but it doesn't have to have that true, huge AAA game space. It just needs to be innovative and fun kind of deal, where it feels like it's fun. It's not like a cash grab or any sorts of thing like that. It actually has some substance to it, Nintendo Switch 2 can also play compatible Nintendo Switch software. So we would like to recommend Nintendo Switch software as well to consumers who are picking up the game console for the next time. With these considerations in mind, we believe we will be able to maintain the momentum of our Nintendo Switch 2 business by striking a good balance between introducing new titles and encouraging consumers to play evergreen titles over a long period of time. Okay. So they can literally port any of the games that are still not ported on Switch to Switch 2 now. So we have those Zelda games that are stuck on the Wii U still, like the Wind Waker HD remake and the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. We have those still stuck on the Wii U. I would love them to port them to Switch or Switch 2, make it a better experience, because I feel like most every game, if you could, now can be ported. Like, Nintendo has a huge library. So you would be there would be just so much games to play that just a regular Switch 2 game coming out wouldn't be a big deal no more, because you have so much, there's so much history of Switch 1 games. You could do Wii, Wii U, GameCube, which they do have the GameCube emulator, like DS, 3DS. You could do so many like ports to the Switch, and it'd probably be a easier experience overall than just making a brand new game on Switch 2. Because, to be honest, I think the Switch 2 should have been called the Super Switch, like straight up. It's like the Switch, but a better Switch. It's not really, I would say, a Switch 2. Like, they never really did a thing besides Wii and Wii U. But I feel like, I don't know, it's not much of a huge leap that, it works. Yeah, the Switch works, but it wasn't like a huge leap. It's just a beefier version of a Switch, I guess, even though it's still running poorly with some third-party games. It's only used for the first-party games, but there are just some issues with that as well. Well, we also have something else here besides this thing with the Switch that the CEO said. So here we go. I'm on Geeks and Gamers, and it says Nintendo Switch 2 sales are higher than expected, outpacing PlayStation and Xbox. That's a given. PlayStation has been, especially Xbox. Xbox has been getting roasted hard recently. They've been doing some dumb decisions time after time. So has PlayStation. They're both trying to compete with I would say, the PC market. Not really competing with Nintendo. Nintendo, it's like its own entity almost, its own thing. They're doing their own thing. But they're like competing. And PC is the one that's beating PlayStation and Xbox in reality. But let's see why Nintendo is beating these two now. The Nintendo Switch 2 is certified hit, with sales exceeding all of the company's expectations and putting the Switch 2 on track on Nintendo's fastest-selling video game system ever. I'm not shocked about that. Nintendo fans are going to buy anything that has a Nintendo logo on it. Let's be honest, there's so much Nintendo fan people. I was going to say shills, but there are some Nintendo shills out there. But I'm just saying, if you're a Nintendo person and you've been there since the beginning, you're probably going to get this. Now, if you're just a person that has been having Nintendo and you have a problem with their new ecosystem they're doing, like with me, I really don't care about Switch 2. I'd rather get a Steam Deck or get a new PC, kind of deal. Maybe if the Switch 2, if they come out with like an OLED version, maybe I might be interested. But at this time, there's no point of getting a Switch 2 besides playing some of your old games with better, performance, better quality. That's literally it. There's no point. Not worth it for the GameCube emulator, and definitely not worth it for just two games right now in the market, with Mario Kart World, or whatever it's called, and Donkey Kong Bonanza game. Not really worth it for just those two games, and they're a bit expensive, on the expensive side. So, yeah, I'm waiting on this one. In an earnings report released on Monday, the company revealed that the Switch 2 has sold 10.36 million units between its release on June 5th and the end of the quarter, September 30th. That outpaces its predecessors, the regular old Nintendo Switch, which took 9 months, 3 times as long to sell that many units. Because it's selling so well, Nintendo now predicts that it will skip 90 million Switch 2 units worldwide before the end of the financial year, which is March 2026. An increase of 4 million from the previous estimate of 15 million units. Nintendo also expects to sell a total of 48 million units of the Switch 2, 3 million more than its previous expected. We'll see, because I think Christmas or Christmas or the holidays, whatever you want to say. I think that time period, I think this is going to be the lowest it's been, especially in the States. Um, I don't think a lot of people are going to start buying that much presents. I think there's going to be some, I'm just in like, look at how the environment is now outside, the economy and everything. I don't think it's going to sell as much as they think. I don't think. Maybe if they have a sale, maybe then. But I think they're going to sell more Switch 1s than Switch 2s still. I don't know. I just have a feeling that if you have a Switch 2 already now, I don't think you're going to wait until Christmas, kind of deal. Or the holidays for this. I don't think it's going to be that. And I just have a feeling in my gut that it's going to be the lowest kind of time where customers are actually going to go out and buy gifts. I think it's going to be the lowest has been in years in general, just like what I see with, the layoffs, people losing their jobs, just trying to actually live, save up and have food on the table. I don't think there are going to be that much people going out and getting a $500 Switch 2 when they probably think of, okay, I'll save up, get a beefy PC that could last me, couple of years, longer than this probably, and I could spend way more games on, Steam and get when there's sales and get more games that way than get a one game for $70, $80. That's the reality of it. Most people are going to think like that, I think. But, there are people that probably will get a Switch 2. I'm not saying it's not going to sell well. It probably will. But this is what I'm saying. The Switch 2 is going to be, in the beginning, very popular. But is it going to have legs? That's the question. I don't think it's going to have legs that much in the beginning. Like, I saw, it's doing so well, but I saw it going down too. So there has been instances, it went up, but how long will that take? Don't know. It's not cheap. Don't forget, it's not cheap, and there's cheaper ways to play games without Nintendo's brand logo on it, Even though I was a huge Nintendo fan. I loved Nintendo for years. I had like every console. Almost every console, I would say. Not every console. I'm not going to say that. But I had almost every console. And what Nintendo has been doing recently is absolutely absurd. Like, it's crazy what they're doing. They've been getting so greedy. I'm just really not liking what Nintendo's been doing. Yeah, so Switch 2 has been selling really well. It outsold the Switch 1 already, and it's doing better than compared to the other consoles. The Switch 2 still sells a sale winner, obviously, because like you can get all your Xbox and PlayStation games on PC. There's some exclusives on PlayStation that you still can get on PlayStation, but like seriously, I don't think there's a point. But good for Nintendo, I guess, for the sales. We'll see how that lasts in the long run, because I don't think it's going to last that long, to be honest. There. Okay. Let's continue. All right. So, okay. This is a rumor, guys. Take this with a grain of salt, everyone. This is a rumor that's going around right now. But it could be true. But keep your expectations very low, guys. So here on TCMF Games, this leak came out, and I think this is by Dulskullum, which is mostly the Resident Evil leaker. Obviously, he has a lot to say. Sometimes he gets stuff right. Sometimes he gets his stuff wrong. Take your pick at what day you think it is. And it's sometimes in between the lines where, this happened, but then something else happened in between, So he's talking about Resident Evil Code Veronica PS5, which is pretty much the remake. So this is what's going to happen. Check this out. Ahead of schedule, now set to release before Resident Evil 0 Remake. Set to potentially launch in 2027. Which is what we said when we actually checked out the Resident Evil 0 leak that came out for the remake. It was around 2028, they said. And then Code Veronica would be before it in 2027. And next year, we're getting Resident Evil 9 Requiem, which is the 30th anniversary. It's trying to cap off the whole Resident Evil franchise. That's what they're saying, but I don't know if it's true or not. But yeah. So this would actually make sense, this timeline. Steve still likes Claire and portrayed more innocent / awkward instead of perverse. So he's not perverted no more, but he is still innocent, I guess. He's still a scared, he's still like an awkward character, I guess. But he's kooky and weird now, but not perverted as much. Which is, yeah, there are some parts where it gets a little too much, but I would be okay if there's parts where, Steve, let's be honest, Steve is literally a gooner. He's gooning to Claire so hard every time, looks at her breasts, she falls asleep, she gets really weird, she wants to touch her, and there's times where she's bending over, she's doing something on the computer, and he's looking at her ass kind of deal. But Claire is putting it out there. Let's be honest, she is putting out there, and she is a good-looking woman. So Steve can handle it. Yes, it's the stuff he does is kind of weird, but I feel like what they said, Steve still likes Claire. That is good because that's still in the lore. That should be there, kind of deal. But they could tone down the perversion of him a little bit, I would say. Just a tiny bit, not too much. I feel like he still wants to get into Claire's pants, and still be, he's just gooning. Let's be honest. He's gooning.
Oh my God.
He's just gooning. He's just looking. He's not being really that weird. Actually, he kind of is being weird. That one time when she fell asleep and almost touched her breasts. Yeah, that was kind of weird. Okay, maybe that part we can cut. But him looking at Claire's butt, I think that's fine. Kind of deal. Except don't make it weird where he's like, oh, yeah. He looks at it like that. No, he just, looks over for, a second, he's typing or something on the computer, and she's on the computer. He looks over, and he's like, oh, and he, looks away kind of deal. That is obviously a thing. It's oh, shit, I didn't want to look, but I looked, kind of deal. You could do that. That is okay, It's not oh, he's constantly just staring at her ass, kind of deal, But yeah. Yeah, that is good. The Steve does need a little change because he is an unlikable character, and he could be, with this remake, a better character because he's pretty weird-ass character. Here we go. Wesker, larger role with the HCF expanded into a key plot point. Okay. Interesting. Chris versus Wesker reimagined as a full boss fight. Wesker no longer fights Alexa. Oh. Okay. I think Wesker should fight Alexia. I think that should have been a thing. But Chris and Wesker reimagined as a full boss fight. That's cool. So it's not just a cutscene anymore. It's a boss fight. They might have some cutscenes here and there, but it's mostly a boss fight. So that's cool. Actually, I like that. But the Wesker not fighting Alexia, that's stupid. I wish he did. Rockford Island redesigned is as a semi-open world hub with expanded exploration and multiple routes. Claire repairs a motorcycle early on, which she uses to travel across the island and connect its areas. That is pretty cool. I'm okay with that. If it's just a traversal thing, it's not it's like in Resident Evil 4 Remake where they had the boat for that one part, and you can just explore and do little areas. It's semi-open, I guess, like what it says here. But I always wanted, this cover looks badass if this is the real one. This is sick. This is such a cool cover, whoever made this. Except I would give Claire the The jacket's cool. I would give her the vest like the OG Code Veronica, but this one's really close to like the 2 remake. I would change that a little bit. But the motorcycle is what I want Claire to do because Claire is a biker chick, okay? She loves her bikes. And we got a little glimpse of that in Resident Evil 2 remake, and especially in the original as well. She's biker, but we never actually get her see her on the bike. Now, if we can ride the bike, that is a cool thing because I wanted that since the beginning of, even in Code Veronica or even in RE2, I wanted her riding the bike more kind of deal. But we never got that, obviously, even in the originals. So riding the bike would be a cool thing because she is a biker chick. And I really think that would be an interesting way to traverse in this game. So, yeah. Definitely for that, for sure. And there are some interesting things here, especially Steve getting changed a little bit, tweaked. That is fine. I think that is a good thing, as well as the Wesker thing with Chris and all that. Sounds pretty good so far. We'll see how much changes they do. Because if they change it too much and it's not close to the lore and is too much size away or gets cut content out of it, that's where it's going to be a problem, overall. But it is an interesting thing for Resident Evil. All right, let's check to the next one, guys. Another Resident Evil one real quick here, guys. So, GOG just posted, and you can get these right now, guys. Resident Evil HD Remaster and Resident Evil 0 are now available full DRM free on our platform and are also joining the GOG Preservation Program. We're thrilled to continue the journey with Capcom, expand the program with 2 survival horror icons. Thank you, Capcom, for believing in video game preservation, and to all the passionate people within the company who have dedicated a significant amount of their energy in making these releases possible. The future of Resident Evil looks as strong as its past. We've honored to help preserve it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let's freaking go, guys. Love to see that. Love to see this happen. Shout out to GOG. GOG has been doing some great work preserving history, preserving these games. And these games are good games. I prefer Resident Evil 1 HD, the HD remake or whatever it's called. I like this game a lot. It's probably one of my favorites, not gonna lie. One of my favorite Resident Evil games. It's up there with, I would say, 4 and 2. I also like 5 in a little part of my thing. I know it's like a different game completely, but I do like 5 as well. Resident Evil 0, I don't hate it, but it's not my favorite. I would say it's on the lower end. But it's not the worst game I've played in the series. It is very different. No, not very different, but I would say it's different enough where I really don't like the mechanic where you have to drop stuff. That's the only thing that makes it unbearable, I would say, in some areas. But it is still a very good game. Definitely highly recommend it. If you're a Resident Evil fan and you want to play all Resident Evil and you don't care about the camera angles and making it hard and stuff, I'd say check these games out, especially on GOG. Check it out on GOG because GOG is preserving what we need. DRM free, like, come on. You got it all. You get even all the DLC for these games. So that's also a net positive here, right? So yeah, check that out. GOG Resident Evil 1 Remake and Resident Evil 0. All right, let's continue. So, there's a lot here, guys. There's a lot here. I don't even know what to start with. Okay. Let's start with this. Shoot. Let's start with this big controversy that happened. We'll do it fast because I just want to think. It's not controversial, but it is something to talk about. It's about censorship on Steam. So Steam censored a game. It was supposed to come out and then it stopped. It's called Aftermath Red Pine Lake. So they announced that this game was censored by Steam. This image is a reason our Steam page has not been approved. The image is now classed as too mature according to Steam. So now we can not have the page ready in time for the event and would need to censor or marketing screenshots, etc. We could have it all remade, and hope they accept it, but will it stop? Question mark. We would need a redo the networking too and everything. So anyone know any platforms that recommend publishers that can handle mature content? Let us know. We are sorry about this. We worked hard to get something ready, and they have. So this horror game, indie horror game came out, and this is why the game got censored.
No!
Huh?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
This is the thing that why the game got censored. Because of this thumbnail, this is the cover of the game. Red Pine Lake. So it just has this lady in it's like a onesie. It's a bathing suit. And, you see a little of her butt. That's it. And she's going to water. And then there's a creature there on the other side in the mist, lurking, and she's worried. How is this mature content? Just asking. How is this anything mature? This is not literally sex with Hitler or sex with Stalin kind of games that they're on Steam, which is fine. Steam has that. This is what I'm saying. Steam has been lacking with the censorship recently. It's been getting outrageously dumb. The censorship for Steam has been going crazy. Someone at Steam got offended by this butt or something about it and said, no, this game is mature. This cannot be put on games. When there's freaking actually games out there that are absolutely more disgusting and more weird, which they should have. It's the freedom of whatever game you're making. You can put it out there, whatever. I'm not condoning anything like that as, take any game off because it's this and this. No, if there's a market for it and people like it, I sell it, I guess. That's kind of deal, It is what it is. I don't play those games. I don't care about those games, but they're there, Let people have choice. Even though I don't care about those games, those weird-ass games, yeah, it's like there's worse games than this. For this, so you're scared of butts. I guess the butt is too sexual or something. It's even in the picture right now, it's so darkened that I barely can see it. I barely can see it, dude. And this is what pissed off Steam, and someone said, no, this is bad, we want to make this game game free, but censorship and restrictions, we are willing to put it the work, but we need help. This is your call. So much of care. Any support, I appreciate. So what happened after this? So this came out probably the beginning of the week. And I think yesterday, the developers reposted. Let me try to find it for you guys. Reposted something, and it's great news. If this is true. So, update on what happened here. So, today's not the end of something, it's the start. So they posted, because on the day we can say we won, Steam have decided to change their decision and not censor our page. We stood our ground and didn't bend the knee. Going forward, we will keep fighting censorship. It's beautiful. Beautiful thing to see, guys. Beautiful. Beautiful. Love to see it. Love to see it. So nice. So they got it. They pretty much got it. They fought the censorship. They didn't bend the knee. They didn't give to their demands. They're like, this is our game, and if you go with it, if you like it or not, that's how we're doing it. We're not changing it. If we can win, you can. You can. So can you. We are a small team handling any more new of bar we should for what we believed in and won against the biggest platform. But we don't do this alone. It's because all of you people from around the world, you told us to keep going and you stood with us. We are grateful for you all. And we won't stop now. We have a growing community, so thank you for the light in the dark. We don't have a scare. We don't have to be scared of censorship anymore. Without devs making games, they have no income. Without you, the players, they have no power. Now let us show you what we can do without the restrictions. This drama and even the memes, that was a little fun, but with our creations, we have a long way to go, but stick with us, give us the chance, and we will give it our all. This isn't over, it's the start. Stand up for censorship. Hell yes. I love to see it, guys. I really do. Holy shit. Fuck censorship. Fuck these retards that probably got offended on Steam. It probably was like one person that got offended. Fuck these people that do this. Seriously, this is a horror game. More and more, they're trying to censor the horror in anything. It's too scary. It's so gruesome. It's too sexy. It's so weird. Like everything about it, they're trying to tone it down. Fuck no. We are going to be posting more about this below. We have a lot of questions we are working through with them, but don't want to post. So here it is. You can see Steam support. Thanks for your patience here. After further evaluation, we don't think your graphical assets rise to the level of maturity in those linked guidelines. So we are approving them for release. It's because the backlash was strong. People talked about it, and this game got it. Even though it's a small game, it's a small game, it still says more about it. We will indeed do such beautiful things together. So there. Yeah, good for them. I'm happy that they got their game. I did see a little bit of the gameplay. It looks all right. It looks fine. You could tell it's still alpha. It still needs work. But at least they got what they deserved, because it really is stupid that this gets censored, but everything else doesn't get censored on Steam, kind of deal. It's absolutely retarded, and it's a slippery slope. And Steam needs to stop that shit and get those people out that are censoring that, because those people are just going to make this even worse. So they need to fire those people or do something like legit, because I don't think it was an AI at all. I don't think so, but I think it was someone that worked there. Then again, also Steam is a private company, so they can do whatever they want. They're not public, kind of deal, they're private. So yeah, just saying, Steam has been doing really well. They have the support of the gamers. A lot of people love Steam. They've been using it for years, but they've been doing some really interesting things in the background that I'm always saying, I don't trust any of these, even the private companies or the public. I don't trust. Even GOG. There's times where I'm kind of questioning GOG as well, as Steam, but Steam is still like the biggest. I would say if you think about PC market and you want to go somewhere to get PC games, Steam is the way, usually. Second for me would be GOG, And then third would be probably Epic Game Store, I would say. Kind of like that. I would say like in that order, I would say. Yeah, but very good. Love to see it that they got their game back on Steam. Hell yeah. It's a big victory. Big victory lap. Okay. Here's another one that I thought was really interesting, guys. So, Cabrutus brought this up. And it says, this remake was a big mistake. And there was this article. It seems like it's IGN. I could be wrong. But it says, Final Fantasy VII Remake director doubles down on yellow paint. There is definitely a need for that kind of thing. I didn't want to press that. That's the wrong button. I'm going to bite into it.
Huh? Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Yellow paint, in my opinion, yellow paint is to tell you that you suck at games. You are dumbed down. Yellow paint is not needed. It's not. I'm against yellow paint. I don't care about yellow paint. Saying that yellow paint is needed doubles down for yellow paint. There's definitely a need for that kind of thing. I just made a video about the director talking about skip the original and just play the remake. I feel like every time he says something, it's getting worse and worse what he's saying. Like, just the... I don't know, just the takes he has are just so bad. They're like the opposite of what a gamer would have said in some ways. I know they're trying to protect their game. I know it's probably an HR stunt. They need to say that. But it really is a thing where I'm like, yeah, he should straight up just say, people are so dumb out there and play games today that we need the yellow paint. Like, they're actually this dumb. You know, that would offend gamers. But you would say, who are those people? I call them gaming tourists because a lot of them come here. They never played games ever, and they just want to hop on the trend and get like FOMO for all these games that they don't know shit about, and then they think they know everything because I played the remake. Like, bro, you shouldn't be talking. You shouldn't be talking. You should just literally, it's okay to be a fan of something and you just started, but you need to understand where it came from, kind of deal, you know? You have to understand. So that came out, and then a few days later, I gotta find it. Look, the gamer, the gay gamer, pause.
No!
Yellow paint is here to stay, and here's why that's a good thing. So, of course, the journalist is going to side with the director. Of course, right? I miss the days when journalists gave you the hard-hitting news and gave it hard to you, and they would ask all the devs about everything, and they would actually side with the gamers. I miss those days. Even if maybe that wasn't even a thing, but still, I feel like people were actual fans and were real gamers and were writing it for passion's sake. Now it's just like anything to go against the gamer narrative, or just anything to get what they say, the own the chuds in some sort of way, you know? It's horrible. For a long time, I considered myself an enemy of yellow paint. What changed? Why? You still don't like yellow paint. What changed? Obvious blood case of the staff is often found in open world AAA games as a means of preventing folks getting lost along the critical path. Every single handhold barrel full of items or generic direction forward, your objection will be covered in some form of blatant yellow indicator. Dude, I played the remake. Okay. There are boxes that don't have yellow paint. They move when you slash them. Okay. It's obvious they're just stacked up boxes that I can actually physically attack. I don't need fucking yellow paint on everything. I hate that in Resident Evil 4 Remake, they had that shit on the barrels too. I ticked that thing off so hard. I hate that. Obviously, I went to the barrel, and if you have common sense, you could see the barrel's like shaped to be hit, so you can hit it with your knife. Even in the original, guys, I had a spike. Yeah, I think I'm back now. Okay, I think I'm back. Okay, so we were talking about the yellow paint. They didn't like the yellow paint, I guess, and in Final Fantasy VII. People were like, yeah, they said, oh, we love the yellow paint, but real life, people don't like yellow paint. It's just the media saying they like yellow paint, but they don't. They don't. They don't. But yeah, I wanted to bring that up because I thought it was interesting either way, even though it got derped. It got weird. I'm going to cut that out of the video. I mean, for the stream later anyways. It'll be fine, I guess. Yeah. Let's get to the next one, guys. We got Fortnite X Harry Potter collaboration coming soon, it's claimed. So we're getting this new Harry Potter collab in Fortnite, guys. It's going to be pretty insane. This is going to sell like hotcakes. They're going to be so much... There's so much characters and people love Harry Potter. So this is an IP I was thinking like it's a no-brainer. But apparently a lot of people are not liking that Harry Potter is coming to Fortnite. You know why? Because J.K. Rowling is controversial. J.K. Rowling, with her hot take about women should go into women's bathroom and men should go into men's bathroom. You know, very hot take when it's not. But they want to boycott Fortnite now. And for the Unaware series creator, J.K. Rowling has a well-documented history of making harmful transphobic remarks. Despite this, Warner Bros. Has kept J.K. Rowling involved with the franchise, and she continues to receive significant profits from the franchise success. And despite this, Epic Games still made the disappointing decision to collaborate with the franchise. Oh, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. No one cares.
Huh? No!
No one cares. No one cares, dude. Cry me a river. No one cares. Dude, it's Harry Potter. It's one of the biggest franchises out there. It's next to like Lord of the Rings or like Star Wars has fallen. Harry Potter's still pretty big. But it's a huge franchise. And the books sell crazy. And because of J.K. Rowling saying this, you know, the same thing happened with Hogwarts Legacy when it came out. There was a boycott, and the boycott was nothing. No one felt it. Actually, it sold more than what they thought it would because it's Harry Potter. You put Harry Potter in the name, it's going to sell. There's a huge fan base for it. No one cares about your stupid-ass political messaging and this and that. It's like, yeah, J.K. Rowling had this one take. That's pretty just basic, to be honest. It's just common sense, you know, kind of stuff she says. But then she says other things that are kind of weird. So it's woke on woke. Let's say it's woke on woke attacking each other. Kind of. It's so stupid. But whatever. Fortnite had Harry Potter, and I think that's a cool collab. That's going to be interesting to see. My guess, they're probably going to have, like, I would say 4 skins, like Harry, Ron, Hermione, and Malfoy. I was thinking maybe those. Maybe Voldemort, maybe Dumbledore, maybe Snape. I don't know. We'll see who they add in there. But, yeah, I think this is a good thing. This is wonderful. It's just a bunch of people, 2 people on the internet got upset about this whole thing. It's not that big. Like, people say it's a big thing. It's not. No one cares. It's just a little minority of people, the smallest type of people getting offended by this. No one cares. People are going to play Fortnite either way. Doesn't matter. The boycott, these people are still going to play Fortnite after Harry Potter leaves. Straight up. No one cares. They're still going to play. It's free to play, so no one cares, for Harry Potter. Actually, I care for, Harry Potter. People care for Harry Potter. No one cares about their dumb, boycott kind of deal because of J.K. Rowling, No one cares. No one actually cares. Okay. That's a good thing, right? So they're adding that. Harry Potter, which is awesome. But we also have this. This is bad news, though. Terminator 2D No Fate delayed again. How many times is this game getting delayed? This game looks awesome, and more it's getting delayed. It's going to get less awesome. It's going to get people worried, which we're going to talk about that with also GTA 6. So it said, Entertainment has confirmed that the Terminator 2D No Fate has been delayed to December 12th, 2025. It's been delayed multiple times since its release day announcement. The game related was intently pushed back to October 2025 due to issues with the physical edition. It was then moved to November 2025 due to global trade and tariff changes. Excuses again. Now it has been delayed again due to more physical edition hardens. So they want to get the digital and the physical edition out on the same day. But for some reason, the physical is very iffy and very hard to get out on the same day. And that's why they're delaying it. They want it to be out on the same day as the digital, But I am excited for this game. I saw the trailer and I love Terminator, and I want Terminator to come back in a way that would be good. Terminator has been asked over the years. It has been very bad, changed and altered. But this is just a copy and paste of Terminator 2. And playing this looks really sick. Like, I love everything about this game. It looks awesome. It looks like a game that should have came out during the time of like Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. It looks pretty sick. So, fortunately, we got to wait a little bit more. Is it going to be delayed again? Probably. Let's be honest. It might get delayed again. We'll see. We'll see if this actually does come out. Unfortunately, that's some bad news. That is some bad news. For that. Okay. We got sort of good news here. Apparently, a lot of people think this is bad news, but I think it's good news. Updated, Square Enix set to cut off over 100 jobs in mass layoff. So Square is cutting 100 jobs in mass layoff. And what it is there's more to it, because this headline's kind of like, no, that's not just what's getting cut. There's more that's coming up. There's a lot of layoffs coming out of Square right now, because Square has been in horrible position. They're losing money, and they're just cutting out the fat. They're cutting out the fat that's not needed no more, kind of deal. So here it is. Square Enix has released a statement in the media regarding this layoff. However, they don't clarify the number of people being let go. And Insider Gaming has asked for more clarification. The full statement has as follows. We are reorganizing our operations in North America and Europe to strengthen our development structure and to drive a global integrated market strategy. This was an extremely difficult decision made following careful consideration and analytics by our leadership in order the best position to groups a long-term growth. So, yes, let's read more. We extended our heartfelt gratitude to the talented team members who will be departing the company for their significant contribution to Square Enix. During this period, our transition will remain committed to treating each individual with the utmost respect and provided extensive support throughout the process. That's what they always say. That's just PR stunt. They're gone. They're trimming the fat guys. This is wonderful. This is it. People are like, how is this even a thing? Why are you saying this is good? It is good, guys. Trust me. Now, is there people that are getting fired that actually are doing their job? Yes. There probably is. And that I feel bad for those people. Now, the people who are just literally sipping their coffee and doing nothing and just are doing social media, especially like they said, this is not affecting Japanese market. This is only affecting the North America and Europe branch. And what we've been saying for a couple of years now, that Square Enix, the department there, the localization department, has been absolutely trash. They alter what localization is. They promote different IDs into the media that's what people want, when in real life they're getting made fun of when it's not what gamers want or anything like that. They promote all these things, and it's all, if you go into like their social media and the people that got let off, it's all like blue-haired people, nose ring, Marxist IDs in them. They have a lot of things. Okay, I'm not saying there might be some people that actually didn't deserve to go. That might happen, actually. But I think the majority of people, to be honest, this was just bloat. And it needed to be cut. I think they should just cut the whole Square Enix North America and Europe division in general. Just cut it all. Just, shut it down. You don't need it. You just need the Japanese one. The only, if they want one, it would be a tiny one, just because to promote the game, overseas. But it doesn't need a big one at all. Like, I always think about even like different areas of Square Enix, like, they've gotten so, and that's why like most of their games are tanking. A lot of their games are not getting, like, it's very soft, they say. It's not doing as well as they thought it would do, kind of deal. It's because, a lot of nuance that has happened recently, and the things they've been adding into it, they've been trying to go back to the basics, of what they started, especially with Final Fantasy. I think they're trying to get back to the basics of their Japanese roots, I would say, Square. But it still needs time, because they were following trends, and the trends are not working out. They're losing more money now than ever before. Square has always been in a horrible position. Final Fantasy, the original, was the one that brought them back, because they were going to lose everything if Final Fantasy didn't work, kind of deal. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how is this a bad thing? It's not, but I think this is actually a good thing, because really don't need that much people. Like, why do you need communication, or what is it, social media presence and stuff like that, or like consulting and all that from like North America, Europe? No one wants that. It's stupid. Original story: Square Enix is letting go more than 100 employees in a global mass layoff. First reported, Square Enix is letting go up to 137 people in the United Kingdom, along with the unknown numbers of people in the United States. The layoffs were announced on a video call with staff located outside of Japan. These cuts will impact those working in marketing, publishing, business planning, Q&A, and more staff being go will start being notified on Thursday. See, this is not anything with devs. This is just bloat of people that were working in these market departments that really you don't really need anymore. You can sell it for yourself. The marketing, all these things that really is not needed, and it's going to save them money, I think, a little bit here and there. These people, I can be a freaking marketing guy if I want. Like, I could promote something, put it up, make a thing out. Like, anyone can do these jobs now. That's the problem. It's not really that needed. Kind of the thing, Q&A. You just have actually people that understand what to do, all that. IT. Now, IT, that's interesting. The IT. Staff being let go will start being notified on Thursday. Full details on what Square Enix President Takeishi Karui called a fundamental restructuring of the overseas publishing organization. Yes, because they noticed how bad their games are doing now. And what is I don't know if they actually realize it or they understand now that really they don't need this and it's just bloat. And they're finding out now. The current financial year, a fundamental restructuring and overseas publishing organization is being implemented with an aim of future strengthening global publishing compliance, improving operational effectiveness. Yeah. I think a lot of, even Capcom, I think, should do this. Capcom should do this. A lot of Japanese overseas companies need to, start laying off a lot of these other marketing departments because it's not needed anymore. It's not needed, kind of deal. All you need is freaking a translator, and the dev comes out, the Japanese dev, and then he just says it, and it's legit the same thing, and he says it his own way, kind of deal. You don't need all these marketing things, yeah. And then people are, it's going to be replaced with AI and all this. It's they didn't say that. No, they're just getting rid of it. It's not needed. Maybe it was needed maybe during 2020 or something, but now it's not needed because it's just bloat. So this is just bloat that's going on, and that's it. That's it. Kind of deal. It is what it is. It's that's all it is. It's not a bad story. It's not bad at all. I'm telling you. It could be bad if it's the people that are actually getting hurt, that are actually doing their job or understanding. But you could see what parts of the company was, laid off. And then those really don't need those, to be honest. Really don't need the marketing team that much. Not really. Not really. I feel like just an average person can do marketing too. You can have one person or two people. That's it. You don't need 137 people for marketing. It's just too much. It's too much. All right, guys. We have lost Square Enix, but we got also this. Just want to bring this up real quick. Final Fantasy Rebirth 7, or Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth director says original Final Fantasy 7 development records are basically gone. New games were built from memory. So there you go. How in the world do they not save this game franchise, like the Final Fantasy franchises, in thing? I don't know. What was I gonna say? How can't they preserve these games? I don't understand. They forget the coding. They forget everything about the game. They made it and that was it. How do you not have this? They have preservation for music. They have preservation for movies. But for games, no, we literally lost the coding. It's like that one thing what I remember NASA saying, we went to space, but we forgot how to go back, to the moon or whatever. Remember that? NASA said, we don't have all the information. We lost all the information when we went to the moon. It's kind of like that. How does that actually happen? Questionable. Very questionable, kind of deal there. But this is the same thing. I don't know why the game industry doesn't preserve or save their games that they create, and then they lose the code, and then they have to remake from scratch. It's difficult. It's difficult, but I don't understand that mindset. But there's more Final Fantasy VII. Here's another one. I'm telling you, this guy won't stop talking about it. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth director Lemons, how video games have lost the joy of discussion and theorizing. It's because no one wants to theorize anymore because they just dropped off. Let's be honest. People don't want to talk about Final Fantasy VII no more. In the beginning, maybe when the remake started, but after a while, more and more less people are talking about this remake because it was a bait and switch. They thought it was going to be this, but it's not. It's something else. Yeah, he wants them to talk about it because there's nothing to talk about. You know, it's its own entity. It's its own style. It's its own separate thing. It's not a remake. It's a reimagining, like I've said before. So, yeah, they're not talking because no one cares. No one cares anymore. Maybe people will care at the very end when they finish part 3, and then maybe people will be talking about it. But right now, at the moment, no one cares. Like, it came out, people beat it, and then people talked about that end, and then it was like, yeah, that was it. What do you think? Yep, that's it. It's because games are beaten faster than you think, too. And if there's no substance that had something to impact on, people just move on and play a different game. You know, they're done. Games are beaten way faster than back then because games were built to be harder and way harder to beat and take forever than these games because it's just like that. They made it easier now, so it's going to be beaten faster, even though how long it took you to make the game, you know? Yeah, it's just that. So that's just the Final Fantasy stuff that just came up, so I just wanted to bring that up with Final Fantasy. I don't know if there's going to be more, but that's it for that. For Final Fantasy. Let's get into... Let's see. We're going into movies a little bit later. Okay. Check this out. I'm not surprised at all about this. Not surprised at all. So, Marvel will continue working with Insomniac Games because Sweet Baby Allied Company shares their values.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm not getting the next Wolverine game. If this is what Insomniac and Marvel's doing, I'm sorry. This is dumb. This is so dumb. I'm so done with this. I'm okay with Marvel Rivals. I'm fine with that. But this is going too much. Marvel Games has officially confirmed it's sticking with Insomniac Games for many years to come. And if that sounds like good news at first, just wait until they hear the reason why. So this is their reason. Oh boy. Get your cringe suit out, guys, because this is going to be crazy. According to an interview with Game Informer, Marvel Games General Manager Hulk Mentes said Insomniac was chosen not just for its talent or track record, but because both companies share the same culture and values. Yeah, those words, the ones that should send up every red flag possible in 2025. In the Game Informer interview, Mentes proudly said, "It was our shared culture and values that brought us together, and we are so proud to continue collaborating with many years to come." That single line tells you everything. When Disney's Marvel talks about shared values, many believe they aren't referring to gameplay, philosophy, or creative ex, uh, excellence. For a lot of eagle-eyed industry watchers, it's corporate code for ideological alignment. Yeah, because it says culture. What it said, culture and values, their IDs. That's not gaming talk. That's literally saying, yeah, we believe in these ideologies. We believe in this kind of value, this culture that we're going through, which this is actually, this culture, what they're saying, is starting to lose its grip. Let's just say it's not working out. Disney has spent the last decade turning culture and value into buzzword for political activism and forced representation. And now Insomniac, the studio behind the Sweet Baby Inc. alleged Spider-Man 2, is proudly proud of the club. Proudly part of the club. Sweet Baby Inc. shadow over Insomniac. So Insomniac worked on the Wolverine game and probably worked with Sweet Baby Inc. because they believe in the same philosophy, the same bubble. This is the same Insomniac that Sweet Baby Inc. announced it was working with back in 2021 on both Spider-Man 2 and Marvel's Wolverine. Yep, they worked on it probably. Sweet Baby for the Unhinged is the self-described narrative and consultative, inclusive. I don't know what that is. Infamous for reshaping stories to fit modern ideological talking points. I'm so sick and tired of reading, like, just thinking about it because I just wanted to get away from it, but it always comes back in some way. I'm just so sick and tired of this bullshit. Like, this is why I'm not gonna get this new Wolverine game. I'll see it as it comes out, but I just have no excitement for it. Even though Wolverine is one of my favorite Marvel characters in Marvel, I would say one of my favorite. For sure, he's up there. He might be number one. I don't know, but I don't know. It's so disappointing that it has to go through this. That I'm just out of words right now. I made so many videos about this. It's just getting tiresome. It's getting tiresome, and I just want games to be good and not pander to a group of people and only for this group, and everyone else is just outed. You know, they're not part of this group, and most people don't believe that at all. It's like very niche and very small, and people are sick and tired of it. We don't want this shit. We don't want this. You know? I'm just sick and tired of it. I really am. You can have good writing, but when it's pandering and it's ideologically like activist propaganda, it gets really tiresome. It really is. It really is. It's like you can have good writing and still have those in the game, but they just don't know how to write good characters like that in AAA, where they do that. If they do have that in there, but most of the time they just put it straight forward, and that's what ruins the game, kind of deal, you know? Oh, take this picture off. I'm so done with this. I'm so done with Sweet Baby Insomniac. Seriously, I'm so done. What happened to Insomniac games with Ratchet and Clank, Spyro the Dragon? That's changed, so. Yeah, I'm so done. I'm so done with Insomniac. So done. Okay, guys, what we got here? Trying to find what I have here for you guys. Let's go into this real quick. This might be the last small topic. I don't know yet. We'll see. So here we go. Geeks and Gamers have this article. Rockstar co-founder Dan Houser warns Red Dead Redemption 3 probably will happen without him, but says franchise worked best as 2-game arc. I agree. The story was said. The story's done of this group with John Marsden, Arthur Morgan. The group is done. They've passed away. They've finished the arc story. It's 2 arcs. That's it. Like, what else is there to tell with Red Dead Redemption? If they want to make a 3rd one. There isn't. There's literally nothing. What, you're going to get Jack Marsden in there serving in World War, was it World War One or is it World War One? Yeah, World War One. And then he just still gets, he just doesn't make it. Like, what can you do? Like, what's the story? Jack Marsden is a survivor in World War One. Do a story about, I don't even know. Like, they would have to go do like a completely different story. It still can be Red Dead, but it has to have a different name than Redemption. Because the Redemption is done. The Redemption happened. It ended with Jack. So it went through a whole generation as well as Arthur. It all ended. There's nothing to tell anymore. The story has been told. So he's right about that, I think. Like, you want to continue the story or do another prequel, which is just dumb. Don't stop making prequels. It's going to confuse everything. It really will. Yeah, I don't see it. I could see it happening, but it would just be dumb. Just take out Redemption and still use the Red Dead, because they did Red Dead Revolver. I remember that name. And then it was Redemption. So they can still do Red Dead, but with some sort of other name now attached to it, and do like a completely different story. I could see that. That would be okay. I'd be okay with that, like a new story. But in like the Wild West, yeah, I'd be cool with that. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that up real quick. Okay. So we got a couple more here, guys. Couple more here. So
Active that's being.
I have this here. So I guess what's happening now. We're gonna see this short real quick. But what's happening now, guys? If you didn't know, TV shows are getting dumber and dumber. They're dumbing down the TV shows for audiences. Why is that? Is that really actually happening? Apparently it is. So let's see this video.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but there's something called second screen viewing, right? So it's a directive that's being handed out by big studios to filmmakers.
Please, this sounds like what I'm really hoping it isn't.
It is exactly what you probably think it is.
This is something that
which means that you have to acknowledge that people are on their phones the whole time they're watching telly. So you have to simplify the plot so that they'll be able to follow along while they're browsing on their phone. So that's why you'll notice now in random, like in TV shows, even with good actors, they're saying really obvious things about what's happening. They're laying out the entire plot line, and all of their emotions and motivations. Like the language has become really bait and on the nose. And that's because they're being told, the writers, that they have to write in a way that someone can carry on with doom scrolling or shopping online while following it in the background. So nothing can be too complex, nothing can be too high end. It has to be like we are purposefully dumbing down content, and that is leading to a less nuanced, less interesting, less thoughtful society.
Holy shit.
We call that the TikTok brain rot, where people can focus on one thing. Okay, sometimes there are things where I'm like, I'm watching a podcast on one screen. I'm playing a game on the other. I'm hearing it. It's a game that I'm probably grinding or doing something like constant kind of deal, but I'm listening to the podcast in the back. Okay, I've done that before. But if I'm watching a movie or a TV show, I am zoned into what is going on. Doesn't matter if it's ass, doesn't matter if it's very good, I'm still zoned in because that's all you're seeing is what is presented to you at that very moment. Why would I be on my phone doom scrolling? Okay, there were times I remember when I was younger too, we would leave the TV on. You know why? Because there was commercials on. We would wait for the commercials, and maybe something in the background would be going while we're doing something as we're kids. Or if my father and mother were doing something, maybe cleaning the dishes or, something like that. That happened kind of deal. Something was left in the background for the kids to watch, kind of deal. I could see that. But these, there's very talented actors who in these shows as well and movies, some sort. Not all movies are good. A lot of movies are actually trash these days. The TV shows are a bit better, I would say, than the movies. But I don't know, like this actually makes sense. Why a lot of the movies are dumbed down. They're telling exposition to you, like what they're going to do, what's happening. It really does make sense. And some people say that doesn't happen. Well, the thing is, I think it's still happening. It is. It is. Because, yeah, it's brain rot also. It's because a lot of people might have ADHD as well as they just can't focus on one thing. They have to focus on many things. And that's also today's society where there's so many options, there's so much content that this thing can actually, make it or break it in some instances. So I could see, yes, there's a lot of content out there. And that could be the reason why in the day, you have so much to do in a day that you have to multitask. But I don't know. I'm not built like that. I can do that with some things, but with others, I really can't. I can't do that. I can't watch a YouTube video and then do this, play, as well as, make my, edit my video and do this and that. Like, I can't do that. I have to edit my video or I can't do anything because I can't focus on the other thing, because I am actually listening to it, seeing it in action, and then I have to upload it later. Like, that's just the process. Like, how can I do that while also listening to a podcast or listening to music as well as playing a game as well as whatever, if I get invited to another podcast or something kind of deal? How would that even make sense? It wouldn't. Your brain can't do that. It can't multitask like that. There's no way. So it's like you gotta make the content better to get people actually focused on it. That could be the reason why the content is not good. And that's why people are doom scrolling. It's getting boring, but they're still watching because that's what others are watching right now. I don't know. It is pretty weird. It's just dumbing down how you watch content now, especially with the movies and TV shows. And they're making it like that explicitly just for those people to say that. You know what would be funny? If it breaks the fourth wall and the actor says on the screen or whatever, "Are you on your phone right now? Turn your phone off right now or put it away because this part is going to be very important. You got to look into this part because this is a very interesting, important part to the plot of the story." Like, he just points at it and he says it on the screen. Like, that would be like a Deadpool kind of moment, Like, that would be funny. Like, imagine if that was movies today. You just break the matrix. You're like, what the fuck? He's just telling me to get off my phone, kind of deal. Like, what? Yeah, I thought that was interesting. All
don't-
right. Let's get into these next movie TV show topics here. So we got why Taylor Sheridan is leaving Paramount for Universal. What? This is the guy who created most of the shows that you watch on Paramount that are actually banger shows. Why is he leaving? A few days ago, Taylor Sheridan will be leaving Paramount for Universal when the contract is up in 2028. Okay, so he's going to leave in 2028 when his contract is over. Okay. It was a shock to see Paramount lose the creator of the modern Western Yellowstone and its spinoffs, which are really good. I enjoyed those. And prequels. Gangster thriller Tulsa King. Oh, it's a must-watch. Must-watch show. Really good. Yellowstone, the spinoffs are also pretty good. They're not too bad, but Tulsa King is up there. I really love Tulsa King. Crime drama. Mayor of the Kingdom. Or Kingstown. Mayor of the Kingstown. I never heard that one. And other series that bolstered the Paramount Plus streaming service. Yeah, that's what Paramount Plus lives on him. Straight up. Taylor Sheridan is the guy they live on. After this, it's just going to go downhill. How did they lose one of their most valuable assets? It was perfect storm for money, and so according to the Hollywood Reporter, it was a perfect storm of money and dissatisfaction. Okay, so I guess he didn't get paid enough or something. The money was a significant factor as Sheridan was thrown. Way too much cash to ignore. Universal's 5-year deal with Sheridan could be worth $1 billion if Sheridan produces enough content for the company. Trying to money outpost. So it's just money. It's money, and it's just a better deal, I guess, overall. He couldn't say no to it, you know? Which good, because I think Universal might be better, actually, to be honest, than Paramount. I can't speak. Paramount. But yeah, good for him. Still sucks, though. He got to finish. I don't know if he's going to finish Yellowstone. Isn't Yellowstone done now? I forget. But he needs to finish up Tulsa King. Maybe, was it 3rd season now? Maybe 2 more seasons, I would say, with Tulsa. Maybe. And then end it, I guess. But yeah, it sucks. But at the same time, he's moving on to do something better. He's probably one of the best like TV show directors out there at the moment. He's one of them for sure. For sure. Easily. All right. All right. We got a birthday. And it's a big one. Godzilla -1 sequel officially titled Godzilla -0. So Godzilla's birthday came out recently. I think it was the 71st birthday? Today's Godzilla's Day here we go. Designated as such because November 3rd, 1954 was the day the very first Godzilla movie, Gojo Gajira, or Godzilla, King of the Monsters, depending on your location and preference. Yeah, so I haven't seen -1. I hear really good things about it. I really need to watch it. It's like one of the better Godzilla movies out there. But I guess this will be a sequel. They kind of teased it with -0, a sequel, but it sounds like more of a prequel, but I don't know. I think this was it's like 71 years old now, Godzilla. That's insane. So they teased it. So we're getting a follow-up to -1, which is pretty good. Pretty good. 71 years old Godzilla, and it's still kicking. That's insane. Whoa, that's crazy, dude. That's just
Oh my
it's
god!
just crazy. Godzilla's still kicking it, dude. You know what else is kicking it though? The Mummy. The Mummy 4 is being developed with Brandon Fraser and Rachel Weasley, I don't know how to spell, in discussions to return. So they're coming back, which is interesting. Both of them are older actors now. I'm not against it, but I want to know what the script will be or the story. You know? It could be good if it's written by a good director or even good writers, but I don't know. I think it could be interesting. I think it could be good. So it's in discussions to be made. I'm up for it. I want to see what they can do with the Mummy still, if they can. If there's actually an interesting plot they can continue with the Mummy, I would be down. I would be okay with it. So yeah, the Mummy is coming back. That's crazy. I got to rewatch the Mummies. The Mummies were so good. They were so good, the Mummies. You know? They were good. One of the most beloved adventurous stories of the last 30 years. Holy shit, it's been 30 years. Fuck. So old. Shit. Oh, yeah. So awesome. Multiple sources tell them that The Mummy 4, forever eventually called, will be directed by Matt Benatello Opin and Tyler Gurner of Radio Silence, with the script being written by David Krogshell. Directed last 2 Scream movies, as well as the horror film Ready or Not in VHS. Written in Connecticut to Ghosts of Gore and Deliverance. I don't know any of these movies I watched. I never watched any of these, I think. I did watch the Scream movies, and I didn't like the last 2 Scream movies. I wasn't a big fan of the last 2 Screams. I wasn't a big fan of them, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know how I feel about that, but we'll see. We'll see about that. For sure. We will see with that. Okay, let's get into the bigger topics now, guys, because there's a lot here. Let's start with the meltdown that's happening right now with celebs. The meltdown that's happening with celebs, you know, that they're done with politics and they just want to entertain people. Yeah, you heard me right. We've heard it so many times that celebs won't shut their mouths because they just like to put their own politics on everyone. And then they say, if you don't like my movie or if you don't like what I do in it, then you don't have to see it. Remember, they always said that. If you don't like this, you're a bigot, you're a dysophobe, whatever you are, for not liking this. Well, now, because of that, Jennifer Lawrence has given up speaking out on politics. I'm just adding fuel to the fire that's ripping the country apart. Well. We're saying it now that more actors are going to come out, or even singers, whatever entertainment space you are, or in sports. They're going to be saying, well, it's getting a little bit sick and tiring of doing this grift. Maybe they actually believe it. Maybe they actually do. Maybe it's not a grift. Maybe they actually believe it. But now they're changing their aspects of the whole situation, where you have to vote for this guy. If you don't vote for this guy, you can just move along. Like we saw with Rachel Zegler, she did that. There's a lot of people. Mark Ruffalo, Mark Hamill, all the Marks. It was all those people. And now we got this. So what happened? I think we should watch the clip, actually.
It's also...
Here's the clip. So they had this interview. Stunning victory. Liberal actress Jennifer Lawrence announced that she has given up the speaking against Donald Trump because they realize Hollywood elites are powerless. So the whole thing. See, I don't really talk about politics really, but this is interesting because this is a point where the culture is shifting, where it used to be politics up front. You need to tell me what type. Are you left? Are you right? Are you center? Which doesn't exist anymore, really. Or what are you? Now it's to the point where I don't care what you are. It's what you do that defines you. Like in Batman kind of deal, you know? What do you do? Are you a good person? Are you do something that's good? Like, I don't care what your politics are. Just do what you want to do, kind of deal. So now Jennifer Lawrence realized that, well, I'm an entertainer. I need to entertain. If I tell people of this, this type of people in this group that they should like this and I am forcing them to do this, maybe that'll piss off a lot of people. So, that's just going on, It doesn't matter what in the aisle you are. Maybe just people want to be entertained. Because entertainment has been lacking. Entertainment has been pushed. It's been warped into something completely different than what we used to have. Now it's just it comes and goes. It has no aspect. It doesn't have any impact anymore. It doesn't help the culture anymore. So make something that's good then. Make it.
It's also a film that, as we started discussing, it speaks to this political moment in a very interesting and important way. That is funny, that is complicated.
And it's a good idea. It's not a bad idea.
What do you mean?
A revolution.
You have been politically outspoken in the past. Mm-hmm. In the first Trump administration, you had a lot to say. I'm curious how you feel about talking out now.
I don't really know if I should. I think the first Trump administration was so wild, and just how can we let this stand? I felt like I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. But as we've learned, election after election, celebrities do not make a difference whatsoever.
Bingo. No one cares about your rich house in Beverly Hills. No one cares about what you have to say because you don't resonate with the average American or the average person that works, 5 to 9 or whatever, how much you work. People work more than that now. People work a lot. You don't resonate with those people. So you need to resonate with those people that come to your movie or your show, that you could be, empathetic or have some empathy for these people. But now you're realizing maybe I went a little too far of what I've been saying, kind of deal. Maybe I need to tone it back a bit. And probably she looks back and she probably says, wow, what kind of loser was I when I did that, At least she's realizing it now and she's facing the facts that maybe I should tone it down a bit, kind of deal. Or maybe she's acting. Maybe it's all an act. She is an actress. She's an actress. She might be just acting for this whole thing. And she's like, I don't really care. I just put this out there because, I'm a producer now. I got to make these movies and people need to come and watch my movies. So maybe if I tell this, maybe they'll come back in some way. People will like it. Who knows?
On who people vote for. And so then what am I doing? I'm just sharing my opinion on something that's going to just add fuel to a fire that's ripping the country apart. I mean, we are so divided. I think I'm in a complicated recalibration because I'm also an artist. And with this temperature and the way that things can turn out, I don't want to start turning people off to films and to art that could change consciousness or change the world because they don't like my political opinions. I want to protect my craft so that you can still get lost in what I'm doing, what I'm showing. And if I can't say something that's going to speak to some kind of peace or lowering the temperature or some sort of solution, I don't want to be a part of the problem. I don't want to make the problem worse.
Bingo. She grew up. Let's just say she grew up. She now understands more a bit what she did, how she felt. She was a little young and foolish. She's grown up, has a kid now. Now thinks a little differently about things. Maybe I should have been like this. But it could be also, like I said, she has a production now and she needs to calm the storm, calm it down a bit, and get people on her side again, kind of deal. We saw this. Every celebrity had to back up, the one candidate and all this and that. And people just said, no, we don't give two shits. Stop promoting this candidate. We don't care. We just want you to entertain and this and that. And then you speak down on people and you say, I don't care, these people, blah, blah. It's like literally pushing your audience away. And that's what I'm saying. Now they have people like Jennifer Lawrence getting in there, telling it like she said before, I'm the first action woman heroine star that has been made. Remember that? Remember that? It was a few years ago. I remember that. I was the first action star, the first heroine star. Bruh. Remember that? That was crazy. And now she's like, yeah, I was kind of dumb and foolish. I think I need to tone it down a bit. I need to grow up, understand more about the situation. Stop being loud. Stop being a little obnoxious. Stop actually seeing my environment around me, understanding, and maybe, just maybe, get people back in movies and have a good time. Tom Cruise was the same thing. Remember he said, I don't want to talk politics. I just want to talk about my movie. Remember that? He turned down the journalist. He's like, I don't care about the tariffs with Trump's tariffs. I just want to talk about the movie. I don't want to get into it. Good. I want to see more of that. More of that. No, I don't care about that shit. No one cares. Just do what you do best, and that's it. Push forward. But also, we got people still talking, still blabbering. Like Harrison Ford blasts Trump over climate politics in new interview. Oh my gosh. We can't stop. Still. What is he, like 83 now? It's crazy. I think it's mostly with the older actors now who are blasting, like Robert De Niro, like a bunch of older actors. I think those are the ones that are like going crazy a little bit. We know Harrison Ford has been losing it. He's old. He doesn't care anymore. We know that. Sometimes I get a laugh or two out of it, to be honest. But yeah, it's usually the older actors now. But yeah, another one. So not everyone's changing. So we still have some people still blabbering around, still telling that you should pretty much think how I think. If you're not, you're a NAZI kind of, person. You're a bad person if you don't think like I think, kind of deal. We still have that. I didn't want to say it, but yeah. Absolutely insane. Absolutely kooky in the head. Let's just say that. All right, but you know what is not kooky? Sydney Sweeney. So we got Sydney Sweeney taking dub after dub. She just can't stop winning. She can't stop winning, guys. Can't stop winning. So we have this one. This was the one where she was at that red carpet thing with woman empowerment or whatever it's called. And she was in that really revealing dress, I guess. Well, it was kind of revealing. You saw a lot of things underneath. But she came up here and it's, why is Sydney Sweeney would rather be James Bond than a Bond girl? Plus, she talks giving Glenn Powell hard time after as Chad Powers transformation. So this headline's already stupid. This doesn't really actually happen. So she gets interviewed, and this is what happens. Check this out. So it's James Bond. So this brings up James Bonds and other stuff too. But check. I don't know if I can even show this. Can I show extra? I don't know. But I want to see about her looks where everything's real and she doesn't have any of the prosthetics and all that too, which is a plus. And she's like surprised about that Christie movie she's in. It's like a boxing movie. I want to check it out, but I've heard rumors that his Oscar nominee win could be Sydney Sweeney's first Oscar. That would be insane. But there's rumors going around about that. So I heard it's better than the Dwayne Johnson one that came out recently, which are both like biopics. But I heard that one's, dude, so dumb. Yeah, she eats hot dogs. She's human. Oh, my God. These journalists are so lame. Dude, they're more cringe. Sydney Sweeney's not cringe. Oh, here it is. This is the Bond girl clip. So this when people went crazy in social media. They're like, Sydney Sweeney wants to be the next James Bond. Dude, she didn't say that. She said she would like to be that type of Bond, but not take over James Bond's, presence. She's like straight up, this is bait right here. So you would feel empowered to play James Bond, right? And she's like, no, I would play like a completely different story. She's straight up, yup. People are just putting out there, but she didn't read the script. Maybe the next Amazon James Bond movie is so ass and they want her to be a Bond girl. And she's like, no, I don't like this character. I don't like how she's written. I'm out. Like, I can imagine that. She's like, I don't know anything. Like, I need to read the script, or something before I get into this. It's like, I wouldn't be against it, but I want to know.
Now, what about your good friend?
That's the realism right there. That's real. Like, and she doesn't want to change James Bond. She's like, I'm not going to overpower or do anything. I like to have like that, like Bond girl, but maybe with all the cool gadgets and stuff and be a badass. She wants to be that Bond girl. We had those Bond girls before. Those were fine, They don't have to be Bond girls that you have to like rescue or whatever. It's not like, basically she wants to be not James Bond, but like maybe like a James Bond like companion to James Bond. It would be okay for her. And she wants all the cool gadgets and stuff too.
Friend Glenn Powell, he too is doing press for a movie.
Oh my gosh, always the Glenn Powell bullshit.
Do you give him a hard time about this?
Because it's different when.
Well, my beautiful makeup artist Melissa Hernandez, she always.
Yeah, she does it because she does the makeup when she's at the red carpet, but when she does the movies, you could tell they always make her less appealing, less, like that. But she's just average, in the movies too. She's just average looking. But like, I guess that's what appeals to a lot of people now because she's so natural.
She does it all.
And that's why people love her. Just her attitude about this whole thing, but also how natural she is, you know?
Do you love that though when you're doing
I
it?
normally don't wear makeup in my everyday
Dude,
life.
a lot of women need to take notes here.
So I feel way more free and comfortable.
You know, the makeup doesn't make a woman always pretty. Just saying. It's just natural to see them how they look, you know, kind of deal. Most of the time, if you ask a dude, they would say, I would like to see how you look without makeup. And some of the women don't want to do that because they're scared of how they would actually look. Most men would say, you look still nice without makeup. Trust me, it's true. But when there's just a ton of makeup, you look like a freaking zombo or some sort of creature. Like, no, that's not what you do. Like, you could wear makeup if you want, but it's like, I think natural is more attractive to more men, I would say. Being more natural.
Gorgeous this evening. Congratulations on this honor. Always
being
so fun
fake.
chatting to you.
No, thank you so much.
And that's why people love her. But we're not done with Sydney Sweeney yet. We got Sydney Sweeney reflecting, not taking the bait for this interview with GQ. I saw a magazine. They were having this interview. This journalist is baiting her so much. Definitely wants clips to go out of Sydney Sweeney to make her look bad. When in reality, it made her even more of a masterclass of how specific she needs to be, how much she has to think about what she has to say because they were slander her or something. She goes in hard, and she does what most actors should. That's why it's awesome to see. Let's see. This is one of them. Let me see what she says.
You have become very swept up in politics. And so I wondered if that has surprised you as you put your ideas and yourself into art.
You could tell she's nervous. She's nervous, but like she's like, I don't want to talk about politics. I don't care.
As you put
in her
your
face, you could tell.
ideas and yourself into art, not commentary.
I've always believed that I'm not here to tell people what to think. I'm just here to kind of open their eyes to different ideas. And so I think that's why I gravitate towards characters and stories that are complicated and are maybe morally questionable, and characters that are on the page hard to like, but then you find the humanity underneath them. And that's what I've always leaned towards.
I think a lot of people...
Pretty honest. Pretty cool. I'm pretty much the same way too in that aspect. That's on the nose.
feel like it's better for art if artists can keep themselves a little bit separate from politics.
Yeah, I've never talked about my personal life.
I know. So
that's the good thing.
What I'm going to do is talk about
you
your
shouldn't.
year as a phenomenon in the culture. Okay. And a big thing that happened to you this year is that you ended your engagement, and I got push notifications. Up and coming producer. She's someone that people are really obsessed with and really fascinated by.
Oh man.
I know. And I wondered.
She's like, why is everyone fascinated by dude? A couple of years ago, if you had Sydney Sweeney up, like people would talk about, it'd be like no one would talk about her. She would just be the average girl, talked about here and there. But now it's like, it's kind of like a refreshing thing to see, like she's like a chess player. She's actually really smart, even though people say she's not actually real blonde, to be honest. I don't think she's a real blonde, but she's very smart. She thinks about what she's going to say, and she's very in the middle of everything. But I don't feel like she's doing what, Jennifer Lawrence would, where she would just attack the fans and say this and that. And she even said, I don't want people to, I don't want to talk about my personal things or my politics or anything. Like, I just want to do my craft. Like, That's literally what most people would do, you know? It's great. And she has the great answers. Like, I love that she said she likes the creativity of the characters she creates, and maybe she can tell something in some sort of way that's not like on the nose, but you can think about it, you know? She doesn't want to push things, but she can actually, show it in some sort of way. That is very good. That's very good to see.
Did your sense of your own fame change this year?
No. I surround myself with a really, really strong group of people who have been in my life since I was little. They take me out of Hollywood, take me out of this bubble, and remind me what the real world is, and that that's where I exist. The idea of fame, it doesn't apply to my personal life. I'm just Sid.
Let's fucking go, dude. So, I wouldn't say based, but real. So real, dude. Get out of the bubble, get into the real world, understand people. Hell yeah. She's not like Jennifer Lawrence with the Jets and talking about this and that, you know? She's real. And she doesn't understand the fame, and she still's like, yeah, I'm famous, I guess, but I'm like, I don't feel like I'm famous, kind of deal. It's so... I don't know if she's acting, but it's really good. And this is the other one. This was the other one that she just literally knows. They went with it, and she's like, nah, I don't care.
I'm literally in jeans and a t-shirt like every day of my life.
Jeans are...
I'm literally in jeans and a t-shirt like every day of my life.
Ad. She talks about the jeans ad because, of course, the journalist baiting her with the jeans ad. Check this out.
I'm literally in jeans and a t-shirt like every day of my life.
Jeans are uncontroversial. Jeans are awesome.
Yeah, I like your jeans.
You look great in your jeans. I think I know how you're going to answer this, but I'm going to ask anyway. I mean, the president tweeted about the jeans ad, or Truth Socialed about the jeans ad, and that just seems to me like a very crazy moment for anyone, and I wondered...
It's hard for her to talk about it. She doesn't even keep eye contact
what that was
to Sydney. She just like goes down, up, and she's like, well, you could tell like there is face motion here. All the face is told right here in this moment. Same with Sydney. You could see she's a little bit like not on edge, but she's like aware. She has to like think about what she's going to say. It's like a mind game almost. It's crazy what goes on here.
It was surreal.
It was surreal. Mm-hmm. And it would
because she has to be really careful. And these people are trying to get clips so bad, something to say something bad about something. And she's, this and that. But she said, how do you feel about Trump tweeting about your jeans ad? Oh, it's so real. That's it.
Totally human.
It's awesome. Cool.
I would probably feel like...
President. Wow.
Thankful that somebody had my back in public, and conveniently, some very powerful people had my back in public. And I wondered if you felt that way.
Powerful.
I don't think that... It's not that feeling didn't... I didn't have that feeling, but I wasn't thinking of it like that, or like of any of it. I kind of just put my phone away. I was filming every day. I'm filming Euphoria, so I'm working like 16-hour days, and I don't really bring my phone on set, so I work and then I go home and I go to sleep. So I didn't really see a lot of it.
You've made a really good case for...
That's awesome. Good thing. Don't go on the internet and see what's up, because there's some weird ass people out there. Trust me. But yeah, good for you. That's normal thing to do. So she's doing great. She's doing real. She's real. That's what's awesome about it. She seems real,
Keeping your thoughts and your life separate from...
It's hard for her to talk. She's not looking at her. She's almost about to tear up.
Work.
Like, you could tell, like, she's uncomfortable. And she's just trying to do this because this is her narrative. She has to do this right now. And she knows it's probably wrong, but she has to.
But the risk is that, there's a chance that somebody will get some idea about what you think about certain issues and feel like, I don't want to see Christy because of that. Like, do you worry about that?
No.
You worry about that? No.
Criticism of the content, which was basically that maybe specifically in this political climate, like, white people shouldn't joke about genetic superiority. Like that.
Oh my gosh. Bro, it's just a jeans commercial. It's nothing deep, bro. Nothing deep at all. It's just freaking jeans. How?
Was kind of like the criticism, broadly speaking. And since you are talking about this, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that specifically.
I think that when I have an issue that I want to speak about, people will hear.
Based.
I'm literally
classy and based. Let's fucking go, dude. How many dubs can Sydney Sweeney do? It's crazy. She's like, pretty much, yeah, I'm not going to talk about that because if I have a problem with it, I'll let you know. Holy shit, dude. Pretty much fuck off. I'm not talking about that. It's not even worth talking about. There's nothing to talk about. It's a jeans commercial. That's it. It's legit. That's it.
You have
Dude, Sydney Sweeney, dub after dub. She's dubbing this year for sure. I don't know if most influential, most interesting person. She's interesting enough, not because of her looks. She is very pretty. And some people say still average, which is fine. But still pretty. They understand. But she's also a master class, and I feel like she's just one of those people that, she's like the Marilyn Monroe or some sort of big actor back in the day where everyone knew who she was. She's becoming that level soon, I feel like, more and more. Just everything that she's doing is just dub after dub. It's just nice to see. It's refreshing, like I said. It's refreshing to see this, and I hope she doesn't change. I hope she still does what she does what she needs to do. She understands the algorithm. She really does. She knows it really well, and she's just winning. She's literally winning. It's awesome. It's awesome to see. Great for her. I do want to see that Christie movie, and I have to see another movie that she's in. I think I'm going to watch Eden. Check that one out. I haven't saw that one either, but yeah, win after win. It's insane. Good for her. Love to see it. Love to see her winning this much. Really do. It's awesome. The James Bond one was pretty funny too. All right, let's go to the last topic for today, guys. This is it. We got some bad news. GTA 6 delayed again. Rockstar pushes the game to 2026 as fans fear Rockstar's creative shift. So there's a lot here, guys, about Rockstar and GTA 6. So it was just delayed. It was supposed to come out, I think, in May, and now it's pushed to November 19, 2026. That's right. The most anticipated game of the decade just got shoved another year down the road, and fans are not amused. It's not good. According to CNBC, Take-Two Interactive stuck non-divided 7% in after-hours trading after the news broke. So their stock went down like 10%. I think this is 7%. But yeah, their stock went down after this news. The company says the delay will allow us to finish the game with the level of polish you have come to expect and deserve. We are sorry for adding additional time to what we realize has been a long wait. But these extra months will allow us to finish the game with the level of polish you have come to expect and deserve. Rockstar said in a blog post, "We want to thank you again for your patience and support. While the wait is a little longer, we can incredibly excited for players to experience the sprawling state of Leonida and return to modern-day Vice City." CEO Stratos Zinking tried to sound upbeat, claiming Rockstar will still deliver an unraveled blockbuster entertainment experience. Investors haven't buying it, literally or figuratively. Meanwhile, the company did have some financial wins. And then, so yes, they're making money, just not from the one game everyone being waiting 12 years to play. 12 years? That's insane, dude. Yeah, it's been a while for Grand Theft Auto. The wait never ends. The Newsday pointed out, blah, blah, blah. And then gaming industry, roughly $2.7 billion in lost market value. That means this largest setback could sting even more. Okay. The first trailer dropped. Fans are losing patience, and not for reasons you think. Sure, gamers are frustrated about the timeline, but there's another conversation slimmering in fear of Grand Theft Auto 6 might be losing the edge of learning into woke progressive culture. Okay. Yeah, I've heard of this. That there was it was like a rumor or / leak. I don't know if it's true or not, but I did say in one of my videos where they had some woke elements in the game and they needed like a whole another year, that 2026 were the May date, where they would have to take all the woke stuff out of the game. I don't know if it's true or not, because, the culture is shifting. It's going different areas now. That stuff is no-go no more. People don't care. They're kind of frustrated about that stuff. No one cares. Could that be going to more of like the old school Grand Theft Auto game where it's more like crazy, but also very based and real? It feels authentic, but also crazy and like a parody of America kind of deal, which it is almost a parody itself right now. But yeah, over the past few years, Rockstar tone has changed. After co-founder Down Houser and veteran writer Michael Unsworth left, longtime fans noticed things getting corporate. The expanded and enhanced version of GTA 5 clearly scrabbled jokes and characters that might offend someone. Yeah, so they toned it down. It's supposed to be everyone gets offended. No, it's like everyone gets offended, but everyone gets made fun of. That's the whole thing. It's supposed to be a parody. It's supposed to be like a South Park kind of. It's grounded, but it is a little extreme, to the max kind of deal. That's what it is. It pokes fun of itself. It makes fun of itself, the jokes. It's one of those things. Aimed at gender politics. It didn't go unnoticed. More than 60 Rockstar employees complained corporate unconscious bias and diversity, inclusion, and belonging between 2020 to 2021, the same period when the company's most creative voices walked out. They did start talking about that. The fear question that Rockstar has traded its no one a safe satire for something safer. Yeah, so some people are going to be made fun of, but some won't be made fun of kind of deal, They're going to be safe with a lot of groups, which is stupid because no one should be safe. A political correct period and punches down on no one. Says nothing daring and plays nice with modern corporate culture. That's not what GTA was built on. It's not. The virtue signal rollback theory. There's another twist in this delay saga. Some fans believe Rockstar has been quietly reworking GTA 6 to strip out virtual signaling after backlash to the game's marketing. The first trailer spotlighted Lucia. Yeah, the trailer was definitely different, the tone for the next one after that one. Yeah, the teaser. It didn't take long for speculation to kick in that Rockstar might be providing the tone, especially as players' sentiment leaned toward wanting Vice City, not a lecture. It's true this delay could be less about polish and more about damage control. Could be. It could be easily. Still hope, maybe. That's one driving through. Writer Red Dead Redemption 2 and GTA 5 is reportedly still involved in presence, gives fans hope that the soul of Rockstar, the binding, satire, unapologetically offensive Rockstar, hasn't been totally replaced by HR-approved creativity. Okay. Still, the company and corporate culture looks nothing like it did during the GTA 5's heyday. Back then, Rockstar attitude was simply everyone's a target. Today, it feels like there's aiming for balance sheets, not chaos. Yep. By that standard, they should just take away weapons and then stop doing crime kind of deal, you know? If it's being so censored and so changed, like, why would you do that? That's literally what GTA is, you know? But yeah, that's crazy. It is crazy, but we got more here. I have a ton of GTA. Like Fallout, Grand Theft Auto won't ever leave the United States again. So we had speculation even back then that could it be Japan? Could they go back to London with GTA 2? Could it be, something in between? Like, could it be a bunch of America? All that. So they're just going to stick with America, which is probably the best right now, to be honest. You don't want to offend other countries. America, I feel like, is more laid back in that aspect. So it's better to just, I guess, make fun of America. I guess. I don't know. It might be more laid back, but to be honest, there's some sensitive people in America too. So I don't know. They could make fun of, I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is for that one. But here we go. Also here, Grand Theft Auto 6 delay, not because of fired Rockstar Games. Workers are alleged leaks. The GTA 6 delay sent more shockwaves throughout the gaming community. It was a delay everyone in. We all know the wait for Grand Theft Auto 6 is getting to be worth it. The journey itself. Delayed due to Rockstar Games perfectionism. Insider Gaming very own. Rockstar Games are perfectionists, and Take-Two hasn't put restrictions on them to delay it. They feel like they need to. GTA 6 has never really been on ahead of schedule like most games. Okay. It was response to that common question if delay is a sudden tactic to response to the worker firings, because they did fire a couple of people it wasn't a couple, it was a bunch at Rockstar. I don't know why. Maybe for different ideologies, different IDs, or I think there's more to it. They said something about leaks, but I could be wrong. It's all more relevant since the revelation. So they're on strike. Fired Rockstar devs has made a counter claim about the leaking accusation and case overall. Okay. This statement has also been supported by Jason Schreier. The delay was not due to the firing last Thursday. While the fallout from those things could certainly have a long-term impact on the project and lead more missed deadlines in the future. It could easily. Due to those vacant roles, protected legal battles, moral loss, etc. The game did not sip 6 months because 34 people were fired. Oh, it's at only 34. Okay, I thought it was more. A week ago. It was announced today because Take-Two reported earnings today. Thought that the feeling of the same, this calculated, because people are saying, oh, it was the leaks. Someone leaked something out, Discord and stuff like that, and that's why they had the firings. I don't know. So there are have it. Do you agree, disagree? Yeah. Journalist Jason Schreier, yeah. The thought and feeling are the same. This is a calculated Grand Theft Auto 6 delay. Take-Two Rockstar Games have planned for weeks, maybe months. So yeah. Then again, I'm not surprised about this whole situation with Rockstar. They have a lot of pressure on them, this to be good. They don't want anything to go wrong at all. This has to be perfected. Needs to be one of those games you remember for years to come. Just like when GTA 5 came out, and 4 and the rest. Grand Theft Auto is... It feels like a holiday when you think Grand Theft Auto. Like when it comes out, a launch for Grand Theft Auto feels like the biggest gaming thing you can ever think of. So they have to knock it out of the park. It has to be really well made and for years to come, to play. Because this is the next generation. This is 12 years. Like, if you played this when you were... I know this is a rated M game, but I've played games when I was younger, and I still played some rated M games here and there, like GTA, even when I was a teenager. You are in I think when GTA 5 came out, I was in my early 20s. Yeah. And now I'm older than that now by a lot. So 12 years, that's a long time. That's a long time. When I was a teenager, I was playing the old GTAs, GTA 3, GTA Vice City, San Andreas, and GTA 4, which GTA 4 is still my favorite of the bunch. San Andreas is my second favorite. Yeah, from them. For sure. But yeah, that is insane. It's so much info dump. It's insane. So much. Is this one? Oh, yeah, we read this one. This one's done. And then we got fired Rockstar dev Mark's counterclaim about leaking dismissal case. So last week, a colleague who were in the studio were each individually messaged by HR for a short, friendly meeting under the friendly guise guess of, hey, are you free for a quick chat? Upon attending this meeting, they were handed an envelope with a short letter stating that their employment had been terminated for gross misconduct regarding posts made in Discord. They failed to provide any evidence when asked, nor was any started in the letter, and did not divulge any other information reason, and no other reason. They refused the right to union representation in the discretionary meeting, which is against UK employment law, and were fragmented out of the studio with the meeting testing less than 5 minutes. For colleagues who were not in the studio that day, they received a phone call from HR that lasted less than 2 minutes, telling them they were fired and that they received the same letter as above. I am aware of one employee who had a panic attack at the moment, and HR hung up on them during the panic attack, not caring at all about their well-being. Their colleagues of mine were hard workers who has spent many, many years at Rockstar in critical roles, which colleagues who have been at R for more than 18 years, and none of them have ever had a disciplinary in the time. They are now easily replaced and will certainly affect us in making our project deadline. There were senior artists, animators, QA testers, designers, programmers, and producers, including leads, all super talented people who were proud of their work over multiple Rockstar titles, and all they wanted was the best for Rockstar and their fellow colleagues. Some of these members were off sick, recovering from surgery or a patient leave, fired without pay, losing their careers and putting them into hardship in the lead up to Christmas, and even potentially losing their visas to work in the UK. Yeah, this is pretty fucked if this is true. Let me make this clear. I never saw any discussion leaking of Rockstar projects in the union Discord. The only ever discussion was around unalleged efforts of the working conditions at Rockstar. The Discord wasn't public, it was private. Discord group that only contained Rockstar employees and the union officials. That was union busting and nothing else. Everyone fired was a union member. They were also predominantly from those who were on the union ongoing committees of each UK studio. Shit. So this is, I don't know, like, what these people did or what the real thing is. It they want to unionize so they don't get fired or what on Discord? I don't understand. But I know Rockstar has had so much bad stuff with crunch time and people, having hardships working at Rockstar over time, stuff like that. It's been a thing for a while. They have fired over 34 of us now. There were over 250 of us in the union employees. Discord group, there is fear that if they get away with this, they have nothing stopping them from doing that again and again. Oh shit. Those of us who are lucky and remain for now work in fear, fearful that talking to each other. And like, I don't know, like what was the main purpose? Were they being really annoying and all these people want to join in and start like some sort of, I don't know, some sort of movement at Rockstar? Or was it just they wanted to unionize and Rockstar didn't want that? I don't know. I think both sides, like, I don't want to say, oh, Rockstar's bad. Rockstar's the evil corporate thing. Yes, they are shitty too, Rockstar. Take-Two is shitty. But I also question these people who did get fired because we are not getting the full story. This is just like someone saying, like, leaked it out, which is truly heartbreaking part. As for us, the union of all the ambition was to make Rockstar a happier, fairer, safer, and more equitable place. That all was happened clearly shows that we can more about the well-being of other colleagues and Rockstar than the companies does. Yeah, so could it be just they fired all these wokies? I don't know. Could it be that, yeah, they fired them because they were going to try to revolt and start doing something with unionize and stuff? Could be. There could be so many different things here, but I don't know. It's really, this is a leak, right? It's a leaking dismissal case. Okay. I don't know. Let me see if there's more. This is really interesting. This is not just, oh, it got delayed. No, there's actually more to it than just it got delayed. You know, you have to pick out, you have to think about it and pick out what is actually going on here, you know, kind of deal, because it's more than you think. Yeah, this is the same thing. We just read this, but yeah. So either way, it could be the people that are going on strike, the 34 people or whatever. It could be, I'm not saying anyone's innocent in this situation. I'm not picking sides at this point here, because Rockstar's shitty and these people could have been shitty too. But this situation, it's more to the point where it feels like they were screwed over by Rockstar. Let's just say that. I don't know yet, but who knows? Maybe they didn't need them because they said it was like 18. Some people worked there for 18 years. I don't know if that's true. That's like a leaked kind of thing, but it doesn't mean it's true or not, kind of deal. Did I just click on this again? It's the same article, right? Yeah, it's the same one. Okay. Yeah, it's like we don't really know about the whole situation, to be honest. It's just he said, she said kind of deal, We don't really actually know what happened. Because it probably looked bad on Rockstar, and it already does look bad on Rockstar, and they don't want to say anything about it. But I don't think the delay was because of these people that left. I think they're actually trying to touch it up. I think they are touching it up, but also maybe adding more to it. They thought, oh, this would be a cool thing. Let's add this. Like, they're just constantly like creating and trying to think of different things they can do in the game. And as they go, they're probably adding or taking out stuff too. That could be the reason too. Like we said, like with the woke stuff, they could be taking that stuff out and replacing it with something else. I don't know. There are so many things, and they need more time to polish the game, make it better, So it could be a bunch of different things. It could be. But yeah, it is a bummer, but I think it's better as well, especially at the end of the year. They want bigger sales, and it's November, it's the holiday season next year, so they think they're going to have bigger investment in that as well. So really interesting stuff there. We went through a lot of things today, guys. That was it of the topics. Wow, there's so much here. And we had that hiccup, it came on and off the stream. Hopefully it all came through. The stream is still going. Let's see if the stream's still going, because I got to look back real quick. Yeah, I think it's still going. Okay. So we're all done today here, guys. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, listening, lurking, all those you lurkers out there. You got a sub if you're new here. Please do so. I really appreciate it. I think I'm 205 now. So I would love to hit 300 at the end of the year, but I don't think I'm going to make that mark. But I love it if I do 300. I really would. That would be an awesome accomplishment, for this year. 200 is already an accomplishment, but let's make it to 300. Let's do it. So yeah, again, sub, everything. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Have a good one, guys. I'll see you guys next week. We went through everything. I can't believe it, how much there was. I'm losing my voice like always. And yeah, let's end this. Let's get out of here, guys. All right. Have a good one, all. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. See ya. Oh, see ya. I pressed the wrong button. Sorry, guys. See ya.
Are you not entertained?
Don't forget to punch the like button and subscribe, unless you want to see a pissed off Chris Redfield.